Hi, Hugo. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Not tired. You know.
Yes, I could imagine.
Yes, teacher. Sorry, teacher. What did you study? Maybe could you repeat me? Maybe.
Linguistic
Mm,
languages.
all right.
Yes,
Teaching.
I'm still in at the university.
Oh, well, how old are you,
Have you?
teacher?
Uh, well, you're not going to believe me.
No. How old are you?
Yeah. Yes. For I'm 21.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes, that's the
From
reason of why I'll tell you you're not going to believe me. I
uh,
just recently on Friday it was my birthday, so
yes, I can
I
remember.
just yes, I just
Mhm.
got
How
1 year.
was
So
that? How was that?
everything was good, but it was a hard day because at night someone stole my dog,
What happened?
and I didn't know what happened. I just saw the we were looking for the cameras for the recording, right? For the video recording, but I we couldn't recognize that person who has stolen my dog, right? But
Mm.
yes, the rest of the day was okay. But the bad part is that. But I hope we can find.
I understand that you. Let me.
Yes, it was a difficult day because at night we went to where did we went? We went to I hung out with my family, right? We
That
had
was
dinner
that was
and
excellent. I
then
think
I'm sorry.
that was good. I think.
Yes, it was good, but when we came back to home, right then we noticed that my dog wasn't in my house. So, well, we were looking for the cameras, and I don't know who is that person, but we published that on Facebook, and I hope we can find him. It was a book, right? So I don't know what happened. But the rest of the day was okay. How was your weekend?
Well, my weekend. I can remember. I was very busy. I was yes, I was very busy because I have some exercise for my weekends. I student and it's difficult, it's difficult to work, to study. I
Yes,
yes.
it's a completely mess. My schedule, it's very, very difficult. But I guess we can hang it, right? Thank you,
Mhm.
Hugo.
Yeah, no
Wilson, good
problem.
evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Wilson,
Good
are you
evening,
there?
teacher.
Hi,
Can
how
you
are
hear
you?
me?
Yes,
Okay. Well, great, teacher. Thanks for asking.
that's good to know. How was your weekend?
Was interesting. I think it's
All right,
interesting.
that's good to know. So, well, because it's time, I was eating a piece of bread. Well, because it's time, we have to start with the class of today, right? So this is gonna be our last week, remember? And we're going to have classes until Saturday, right? If I'm not wrong. Yes, we're going to organize it. So today's lesson is going to be about the adjective clauses. We saw this on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong, right? but this is an expansion, right? But we're not going to practice about it. The exercise I prepared for today, it's a little bit more complex because we have a mix of everything you can imagine, right? We have a lot of time tenses and we're going to practice it, right? So let's listen this out.
Hi, it's Emily. We're almost at the end of the course. This is a time when you can look back and feel good about how much you've learned. It's also a good time to review. The grammar point that we're going to review today is adjective clauses. Did you recognize the adjective clauses that I just used?
All right. And yes, guys, we're almost at the end of the class, right? This is our last week. This is our last module. And then we're almost to finish with everything about person, right? So let's see. Let's continue.
Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, often begin with a relative pronoun. The relative pronoun can be the subject or object of the adjective clause. Is Talia Santos the reporter who broke the story? In this example, the relative pronoun who is the subject of the adjective clause.
Yes, she's the one that I work with.
In this example, the relative pronoun that is the object of the adjective clause.
All right, as I told you guys, this is something that we saw on Wednesday, right? But we have an expansion, right? I think it's not that difficult. It's the same, you know. But I don't know. I don't know why is that an expansion, to tell the truth. Give me a second. I'm going to look for it. Yes, it's a last topic that we have to see. I'm going to share with you because we saw it on we saw object adjective clauses, right? And this is adjective clauses, right? It's a review. So I'm not going to explain everything as at all, right? As I should, because this is something we saw, right? And the exercise I posted, right? Were difficult, right? We're a little bit more complex, right? So that's the reason of why I told you at the beginning of the class that we're not going to practice about it. We're going to practice about a mix of everything because you're almost at the end. At this point, you should know, you must know how to do it, right? What time tense do we have to use? So, well, we're going to continue with the next point because we know, right? Who wrote the story I worked with, right? So this is expansion, I would think.
We can use the relative pronouns who or that for a person.
Talia is the person who did the most to help me.
Or
Talia is the person that did the most to help me.
Oh,
I can see your screen, teacher.
yes.
we
I noticed
sometimes
that.
use whom for a person
Thank you.
when the relative pronoun is the object of the clause. Whom is very formal.
This year, the Most Valuable Player Award goes to an athlete whom we all admire.
All right. So this is a review one more time. Wilson, can you please help me to identify what is my object? And Talia's the person who did the most to help people, who did the most to help me.
It's person.
Yes, thank you. And who did the most to help me? What is the name of that part?
The adjective clause.
Yes, thank you. The relative pronoun, what is in this statement?
Who.
Thank you. Wilson, everything was good.
Okay.
Then, Hugo, can you please help me to see the structure of this part? What is the object?
This year, or which one are we in house? This year, the most valuable player award goes to an athlete who we all admire. That sentence?
No, what is the object?
I'm sorry. Athlete.
Yes. What is the relative pronoun?
Whom?
Thank you. What is the adjective clause?
We all admire.
All right, thank you. That's all.
We can use the relative pronouns that or which for a thing. I turned down the job offer that I got at Newsbeat. Or I turned down the job offer which I got at Newsbeat. That is more common than which in informal conversation.
All right. So that's something that we know, right? We're going to use that or which to talk about things. For example, my object is job offer that I got at Newsbeat, right? Here I have my relative pronoun that, or I can use which, right? And one more time, that is more common than which in informal conversation, but you can also omit it, right? It's not necessary. So let's continue.
We use where in adjective clauses that describe a place.
Is there some place where we can go for a few minutes?
The adjective clause where we can go for a few minutes describes some place.
All right. So we know this. We use where, right, in adjective clauses, right, that describe a place. For example, is there some place where we can go for a few minutes, right? I'm using my indefinite pronoun, someplace, because I don't know the name, right? I have the relative pronoun where, right? And I have my adjective clause. And that's all, right? Then you can be specific in this place, right? For example, is there, I don't know, is there a restaurant in this where we can go for a few minutes, right? But I'm using indefinite pronouns and it's okay, right? You can replace it. Here I have my object, I have my relative pronoun, and I have adjective clauses, right? So that's all. Let's continue.
We use when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn up the volume. Or it seems like it was just yesterday that you asked me to turn up the volume. The adjective clause when you asked me to turn up the volume or that you asked me to turn up the volume describes yesterday.
All right. So in this part, right, point number 5, we're looking for the use of when or that, right? Again, it seems like it was just yesterday, right? This is my object, right? I'm talking about the time, right? And because of that, my relative pronoun is when, right? I have when you asked me to to turn up the volume. It seems like it was yesterday that you asked me to turn up the volume, right? So everything is described, right? Yesterday, and it's the same. So we're going to use when or that is more informal than when we want to describe a time, right? Let's continue. All right.
In adjective clauses, we often leave out the object relative pronoun. We also leave out when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. This is very common in informal conversation and writing.
There's something I need to discuss with you.
It's hard to find a time we can talk.
We can't leave out where. That's the juice bar where Nick Crawford liked to go.
All right. I guess that's all. All right. Daniel, good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Hi, how was your weekend?
Everything good, teacher? Thank you for asking.
That's good to know. You won't believe me, Daniel. Do you remember that your presentation was about an app for lost pets?
Yes, I remember.
Well, on Friday, right? Someone had sold my dog, right? And then when I noticed that, I immediately thought on you because of your app. And then I
Really?
looked for, yes, I thought my first thought was that that app is very, very necessary, right? So it was a completely mess.
That's a shame.
Yes. So if you can do it, please, you are going to help us.
Yes,
You have to
teacher.
develop that app.
I see it every day, almost 30 or 40 notifications or publications, sorry, about that. So I hope that will help many people.
Yes, I totally agree with you, right? So I hope that's very helpful, and you don't notice, right? You don't see the reality until that situation happens to you. So then when you're in that place, you can feel the pain, right? That everybody, who lost a pet, right? I don't know, a cat, a dog, that person was feeling about, right? So I hope everything goes well, and you have to develop that up because it's very, very helpful, right?
Yes, teacher. Did you find your pet?
No, we didn't. We were looking for the cameras, and someone entered to my home.
Wow.
And the only thing that because I think it's a boy, the only thing that he saw, it was my dog, right? And I have two dogs, right? One was that one was a pug, right? And they only took for him. Well, I guess there were two boys. I don't remember, right? But it was a completely mess. I couldn't find him, but we're going to still looking for him. I hope we can find it, but because it's a book, it's difficult.
Yes, teacher. I hope you find it.
Yes, thank you. Well, that's all about the lesson, right? Because as I told you guys, this is a lesson that we saw on Wednesday, right? And to tell the truth, I don't know why we have this lesson. It's an adjective clauses review expansion, and the other one it's called, give me a second, I'm gonna look for it. Object adjective clauses, but it's the same with different name. So I don't know why, but for a reason it calls expansion, but well, I couldn't notice the expansion, right? I could imagine that maybe we could look for, I don't know, for more complex exercises, but no, I was looking for the exercises and it's almost the same, right? So for that reason, we're not going to practice it today, right? It's going to be enough for the practice we have in person, right? And then we practice the same thing, right? The practice about the object adjective clauses, right? I posted it on Wednesday and everything was good. You made it well. So for that reason, that's everything about the lesson. And don't forget, this is your last week, guys. You're almost there. You're almost to finish person, right? And for that reason, I need to see in which part do you have problems with, right? I mean the grammar part. Because your speaking is good, I didn't notice anything, right? And when I do, I'm going to let you know. And then I did it, right? So that's the reason of why sometimes I told you, right? You have to improve that part. You have to improve your verbs, your vocabulary, right? So for that reason, the exercises that we have, it's about a mix of everything you can imagine, right? So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Where is it? All right, I guess it's this one. So, all right, I guess it's this one. Yes. So I'm going to share my screen, right? And this is going to be your practice for today, right? You have two parts of this practice, right? You have to fill in the correct form of the verb, right? All tenses, right? Take care with these all tenses. So an example, my family have, I have my verb buy some land in southern France recently, right? They built a summer house there at the moment, right? So because I have recently, right? I'm going to underline this one, right? What time tense could it be? Present perfect, past perfect, present continuous, past continuous, simple past. What do you think? Let's ask to Natalie. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you, teacher?
I'm fine, thank you. So, thank you for asking. So, Natalie, please, I need your help. What time tense could I conjugate that verb? My family have some land in southern
Present
France.
perfect.
How can I do it?
My family have bought some land in southern France recently.
Wow, well, thank you. Recently. They?
They are building.
Thank you. They're building a summer house there at the moment. Thank you, Natalie. Good one. So I have the present perfect, and then I have the present continuous. Sorry, because I have recently, and we know that if we have recently, lately, right? We sometimes, or well, majority of the time, right? We use it with the present perfect, right? So let's continue with number 2. Andy and Mary go to concert tomorrow. No, tomorrow what night? They look forward to in the whole week. So can you please help me, Wilson?
Yes, teacher. Well,
Number
Andy and Mary will go
Why will?
Because it's the concert the next day, and
All right, we'll go. To a concert tomorrow. No, tomorrow night. A day in the whole week.
they were looking forward to.
I don't think so.
Mm,
They have. Let's see. Because of this the second part of the sentence, and because I have the whole week, right? It expresses a period of time, you know. So it could be looking forward for it. Oh, but I have it. Yes. For to yes. No, but I don't have forward to.
Forward
All right, that one is correct, right? So I have they have been looking forward to it the whole week. When I have the whole week, it expresses a period of time, right? It was in a continuous form. So that's the reason of why I decided to use have been looking forward to. Have been looking, right? What time tense is that one, Wilson?
present perfect continuous.
Continuous. Thank you. Present perfect continuous, right? Then it can't be possible will go, right? Because if I've been looking forward to, right? And I have tomorrow night, right? It's not something that I suddenly said, all right, so tomorrow night I'm gonna go to a concert, right? It looks like that one, right? To go to a concert tomorrow night, it was a plan. So instead of using will, what can I use?
Are going.
Thank you. Oh, why I'm not writing? Are going to a concert tomorrow night. They have been looking forward to it the whole week, right? Han estado viendo más o menos la semana entera, right? So, thank you, Wilson. Do you get it?
Yes, teacher. I think will go is not the same to are going.
No, it's not the same, because when we use will, we express a suddenly plan, right? Algo que no estaba planificado, right? So we use it for the future, yes, but it's very, very different to say Andy and Mary will go to a concert tomorrow night, right? It's not the same if I'm going to say Andy and Mary are going to a concert tomorrow night, because it means that it was a plan.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, teacher. Yeah, I got it.
Right? Don't forget the use of will, right? So if you want it, Wilson, I'm gonna send you. I have a PDF. It's from Top Notch. It's one of my favorite books, right? Oh no, it's not from it. I guess it's Grammar Express. I'm gonna try to find it because it's very, very difficult, and it expresses, right, a little bit more more complex exercises about it, and it's more. We have more definitions about it, right? So it's very, very precise. I'm gonna look for it, right? I hope I can find it.
Okay,
All right,
teacher.
Wilson, is everything okay?
Yes, teacher. I got it.
All right, thank you. So, para aquellos quienes han llegado recién, la lección del día de hoy ya la hemos acabado porque en realidad era un review. Entonces, como ya hemos practicado, bueno, estamos haciendo un mix de todos los ejercicios, right? So, okay, so let's continue. So, all right. Paul, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, teacher. Thank you.
That's good to know. Well, we are going to do this exercise, Paul. Can you please help me? Number 3.
Okay. Jonathan, watch the news on TV every day.
Give me a second. Give me a second, Paul, please. Hugo?
Hello.
Hugo,
Yes.
how could you conjugate it in that form?
And number 2, and replace are going. Will be going. I'm not sure. It's possible because tomorrow night is an event in the future.
All right, so we have the other use of will be going to. Well, and then Mary will be going to a concert. Yes, why not? Because we have the verb be, right? But well, in this case, the more precise would be are going, right? Because even though will expresses something suddenly, right? A suddenly thought in spoken English, right? So it could be, but more precise would be are going, right? Because we have been looking forward to, right? Podría ser, pero como tenemos have been looking forward to, right? Tenemos otra conjugación verbal, se aproxima más al are going to, right? Porque está dándote a entender, a corroborar de que evidentemente era algo planeado. Sin embargo, si es que no tuviéramos esta oración, podría ser will be going to a concert tomorrow night. Pero como tenemos otra conjugación verbal, el que más se aproxima sería el are going to, right?
Thanks, teacher.
All right, thank you. So I'm sorry, Paul, can we please continue? What was it, Jonathan?
Okay. Jonathan, watch the news on TV every day.
Like this?
Now you need to add S. Watch.
All right, so the pronunciation would be watches, right?
Watch. Okay.
Because watch, it is difficult even for me to recognize, right? So don't forget the pronunciation. We have some words that end with it, others with it, right? And others that like yes with S, right? So Jonathan watches the news on TV every day, and it
and it helps him with his English.
Thank you. Yes, that was the correct option, right? Jonathan watches the news on TV every day, and it helps him with his English, right? Thank you. Number 4, please, Larissa.
My car broke down. When I was driving.
Yes.
I was driving home from work. I will fix it.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm going to change the color because then I got confused. All right. Let's continue. I
will fix it. Will fix it.
All right. Good.
If I knew what was wrong.
Oh, Until that part, you are okay. But I'm getting someone to do it for me. I'm not doing, right? I'm gonna ask for someone to do it for me. So,
Okay.
would.
Will fix.
Oh, and then we have a conditional, right? If
Fix it. Yeah.
I would have
Will have.
fixed, it's a conditional.
Okay.
All right. So what conditional is that?
Past.
Past or real? What? The third conditional. Thank you, Hugo. It could be called the third or the fourth, right? It depends on the order that you're going to give it, right? But it's the same, but different names, right? So, all right, if it's the third conditional, I would have fixed it if I
I'm continuous, teacher.
yes, please.
Okay.
You have to do it.
If I knew what was wrong.
That one?
Yes.
All right, but if it's the third conditional,
No.
there couldn't be a formula. No.
No.
All right. I'm gonna give you a minute to do it, right? I'm gonna give you 1 minute for it, right? Meanwhile, I'm gonna continue with Natalie.
Yes, teacher.
Number 5, can you please help me to solve it?
When he found.
Like that?
Yeah, found it.
Yes, found it. Yes, when he founded Microsoft. Continue, please.
Bill Gates was only 20 years old. He has already written.
Has?
He had already written.
Yes, he had already written. Continue, please.
His first computer program 6 years earlier.
Thank you. So in the first part, we're using what tense? Natalie?
What, teacher?
What tenses are we using in number 5? What time tense?
First past and the second one past perfect.
Thank you. All right. So, all right. Thank you, Natalie. Let's continue with Larissa.
Okay. If I had known how to do it, but what was wrong, but I didn't, so I had to take it to the garage.
I had to take it to the garage. Thank you. So, Larissa, I'm gonna give you, right, exercises about the conditionals, right?
Okay.
So when you have time, please do it, right? I'm gonna send it to your WhatsApp. It's gonna be a PDF, right? And I guess I'm gonna publish, right? but I'm gonna put a mix. Yes, I guess that will be the best idea, right? A mix of everything, right?
Okay.
So thank you, Larissa. All right, let's continue with Wilson.
An accident happened near my house last night. A car hit a young man. It's I don't know what's the past of hits in.
It's a regular verb, right? So it's hit, right?
Okay. So he writes if or is when someone in front of suddenly.
We have when
Yes.
his bike when someone in front of him suddenly a car door. So what do you think? We I guess we saw this the last week.
Yeah. I don't know if the one is I can say when someone in front of him suddenly was opening a car door. Or
Not at all. All right, so we're going to identify, Wilson, that we have a first action, right?
yes. It's in
All
the
right.
past perfect.
Past perfect, my goodness. Because if we have two actions, right? Both actions are in the past.
Yes.
And another action, right, was an interrupted action. Was interrupted action. So, well, yes, it could be, right? It's not the same case on number 3, I guess it was. Number 2.
Yeah.
So
he was riding his bike.
I'm sorry?
He was riding.
He was riding. Oh, I forgot. All right. Yes, I have the past continuous. He was riding his bike when someone in front of him suddenly
Teacher, can you hear me?
no, yes.
Okay. This is in the past, but
The conjugation, sir?
opens.
Open it.
Open it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Don't forget the pronunciation, right? All right. He was riding his bike when someone in front of him suddenly opened it, a car door. Many people
Saw the accident.
saw the accident, the pronunciation, many people saw the accident.
The police has interrogated.
I have last night. It's the past, yes, but I don't think it could be the past perfect. So it's only
in the past, only in the past.
Yes. What could it be?
Interrogated.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you. So give me a second. All right, so we have to improve in the verbs, Wilson, the 3 times of the verb, and the past continuous with when, right? So I'm gonna send you your practice, right?
Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Number 7, please, Daniel.
Okay. Mr. Smith said that one day she will retire from teaching, and she said that she will spend her new free time learning about computers.
Can you please repeat? I'm trying to change the color. Can you please repeat? She said that
She will spend.
she would spend.
She will spend her new free time learning about computers.
I don't think so. Would be would spend, right? Because it's not talking about the future, you know. She said that she will spend her new free time about computers. She would spend. Yes, could be. We'll go. We're going to write two options in this part because we're talking about something suddenly thought, right?
Yes, I also thought that the first one will retire as well.
Yes, we can replace it, right? We can say will spend or would spend, right? So Mrs. Smith said that one day, right, she retired from teaching. She said that she will spend, right? But the most approximately answer would be would spend, right? Because it's a thought, would spend, right? So spend her new free time learning about computers, right? Will would be, but it's more it's something like a suddenly thought, right? But when I say, for example, would spend is more like a future thought, could be, right? But could be, why not? Will spend or would spend, both are correct, right? But the most proximally one could be would spend, right? Daniel?
Okay, teacher, sounds good.
Thank you. So, all right, I'll change the color. So the next student, please, Hugo.
Right. Number 8. I didn't sleep all last night. Although last night someone it's the same. I don't know. Listening to music all night.
Listen it.
Pass.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Pass.
Listen it? No, because the action was in progress. I
Okay.
didn't sleep all
Yes.
at all last night. Someone
Someone was listening to music all night.
was listening to music all night. Thank you. That was the correct answer, right? Thank you, Hugo. All right. The next student, please, Pao.
Okay, teacher. I saw a film a week ago, but I didn't enjoy it very much because I had already read the book.
Huh?
Now in the past had already read.
All right. What is the mistake in this part? The pronunciation, right?
Okay, yeah.
The correct one. Well, we know that the three verbs are read, right? The base form. Read, 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 read.
Read.
Right.
Okay.
So the pronunciation, right? Because in
Yeah.
writing, yes, of course, it's the same. So let's continue, please.
If
My goodness.
If I didn't read the book,
No. Do we have a conditional? If I not read the book, I probably enjoy the film more. So
if I hadn't read the book,
hadn't
read
the pronunciation.
read.
Yes, yes, because what time tense is that?
Okay, yes.
Right? If I hadn't read the book, I
will have enjoyed the film.
and probably
I will probably enjoy the film.
I would probably what else?
Have
enjoyed like this.
You have 1 hour extra.
All right, thank you. Would probably have enjoyed the film more. What conditional is that one?
Third conditional.
Thank you. Third conditional. All right, thank you, Paul. The next, please. The next one, Larissa.
Okay, the Hatch sentence the man to 8 years in prison because he robbed a bank.
Like this?
Yes, with it.
With it?
Yes, that's no. With
the judge sentenced.
In past.
All right. The judge sentenced the man to 8 years in prison because he wrote. Is that a good spelling?
I think it's with double B.
Yes, right. Because he wrote a bank, right? Thank you. Larissa, what are you using? The simple past.
Why?
The past, for example. Yes.
Because the man because the first part is in past sentence, the Hatch sentence.
All right. The judge sentenced the man to 8 years in prison because he wrote. Yes, could be. All right. Another one could be because of the context, right? Another easy way to see what's going on, right? To see what time tense is that one statement, right? Is to see the context, right? If I'm gonna look for the context, right, it's gonna be more easy for me. But what could it be the best option, right? The best conjugation tense, right?
Okay.
So then the action was not in progress, right? He only rubbed it, that's all, right? So thank you, Larissa. Natalie, please, the next one.
They were standing.
I don't think so. I know that I have when, but let's look for this part. When the manager tell them that there were, sorry?
When the manager told them.
All right. When the manager told them. Told them that there were no more tickets. You told me they were sending, right?
Yes.
We can also use the past perfect continuous, right?
They
Can you please do it?
been standing.
Yes, had been standing, right? They had been standing in the queue for over an hour when the manager told them that there were no more tickets. All right. So they had been standing in the queue for over an hour when the manager, they were standing. Yes, we can also use were standing right now because we have the use of when, right? So right, we're standing in the queue for over an hour when the manager told them that there were no more tickets, right? So, all right. Let's continue. Thank you, Natalie. Next one, please, Wilson.
Okay. Alan was in the car accident yesterday. The other driver lost control of his car because he falls asleep.
Because he?
Fault.
I don't think so because we're talking in, well, it's in the past, of course, but what time, what other time could you use that one?
He has, okay,
Hat?
he has fallen asleep.
Falling asleep, thank you. Why are we using the past perfect?
Because he fell asleep before lost control of his car.
Thank you, Wilson. That was a good answer. Thank you. Number 13, please, Daniel.
She hasn't seen her father since he had started to work in Marseille 2 years ago.
Since he
had started.
Why are you using the past perfect?
Because it's something that Or could be just present perfect, something that is started in the past and it remains, could be.
Well, I have since he to work in Marcel 2 years ago. It was not in this since is not referring to the first one, it's referring to the second one. And we know that we use since with the simple past. And then I have 2 years ago.
Okay,
So
simple
my
past.
first, all right. So the correct option could be sorry. Right? She hasn't seen her father since he started to work in Marseille 2 years ago. I have since and I have 2 years ago, right? I have ago. So I know when I have those key words, right? That length of time, right? We use it with the simple past. Right, Daniel?
Yes, teacher, it's okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Number 14, please, Hugo.
I was sleeping when the fire broke out.
Thank you. All right, number 15, Pao.
Peter. Linda on and explained that she can.
Well, this one, you have to take care in this one, right? It's not a model. This one is a little bit complex. Linda phoned and explained that she wouldn't be able to, no sería capaz de, to come to the party next day, because she
was sick. No.
yes, yes, was still sick. Guys, can you please give me a minute, right? My dog is crying, right? I could imagine because here I don't have my other dog, right? So give me a second, right? I'm gonna be back in 1 minute. I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring him with me, right? So give me a second, please. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm so sorry. Como no está mi otro perrito, right? Se había comentado que ha desaparecido, entonces mi otro perrito está súper decaído. Entonces, para que no llore, lo traje conmigo. So we're going to continue. Oh my goodness, I have a terrible white cake. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to continue with number 16. So we stop in, all right, Larissa, can you please do it?
I have just seen the film that Da Vinci Code. Have you seen it too?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen too? No, I haven't. But I read the book. Or I wrote the book.
Wrote?
Yes, right. Read. Wrote.
The pronunciation?
The pronunciation is I wrote the book.
I read?
Right. Yes, that I read the book.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. I'm taking notes, right, about your what could be some mistakes, right? So we have to improve the pronunciation, right? What does it mean? Not the pronunciation at all, the verbs, right? So your practice is going to be about the verbs, right? In its three forms, right? So thank you, Larissa. Natalie?
My sister flight home from London today. No, flew home from London today.
Her flight in an hour. So I leave for the airport right now to get there in time. So try to get you by the context. Can you please try one more?
Is going to fly.
Is flying.
Is flying home from London today. Her flight will arrive in an hour, so I'm leaving for the airport right now to get there in time.
Thank you. Because we have in the next one the future tense and the present continuous, right? Because of the context, I need to use the present continuous, right? So try to remember, right? If you are not sure about your answer, try to read the whole sentence in order to guide you by the context, right? That's gonna help you a lot. You can imagine, because we can only guide us because of the rules, right? Of each time tense, right? No solo tenemos que guiarnos, y no siempre es no necesario, no siempre es, ¿cómo se dice? No siempre es suficiente, right? Guiarse solo por las reglas de cada tiempo gramatical, ¿no? Por cada tiempo verbal. Entonces, por eso que sí o sí necesitan ver el contexto si es que no supieran qué es lo que va. Es como un tip, right? Básense en el contexto. Y si no pueden, traten de conjugar con otros tiempos verbales hasta que encaje la oración, right? ¿Y cómo van a hacer eso? Leyendo una y otra vez la misma oración. Puede ser aburrido, pero es que es la única manera, right? So, thank you, Natalie. That was a good answer. The next one, please, Wilson. Wilson, are you there? Wilson, 1.
Oh, teacher,
Wilson,
sorry,
2.
my connection is poor.
All right, thank you. The next exercise, please.
Okay. Unless he tell more, he
Tell?
won't get tells. I think.
But it's sell.
Mm.
It's not tell. Sell?
Okay, teacher. I cannot say I'm on my cell phone. Okay, unless he sells more, he won't get much money.
All right, what time tense is that one?
Little simple presents.
Oh, all right, yes, but what type of sentence is this one?
Oh, it's I can't remember, teacher.
No, the conditional.
Yeah,
Unless he
condition.
tells. Which
Yeah.
one?
Sorry?
Which one?
I didn't understand, teacher. But
Which conditional is that one?
I think it's first conditional.
All right. Can you please write in my chat? Thank you. Oh, yes, it's the first one. Can you please write in my chat, right? What is the formula of it? Right now.
Okay.
Meanwhile, thank you, Daniel.
Okay. While he was waiting for the bus, there was a robbery at the bank. After the robbers went away, the police came.
I got lost in this part. After the robbers
Went away.
No, I don't think so. After the robbers, the police. Let's do it this one. The police
Came.
All right. But they
Had gone, could be. After the robbers had gone away.
after the robbers had gone.
Had gone away, the police came. But they wouldn't be able to catch them.
They wouldn't. All right. Another option I have is were not able to, right? Wouldn't be able to catch them, or were not able to catch them, right? It's okay. Wilson, why do I have unless? Is that the same meaning than if, or what?
Yes, teacher, I think the unless it's like if
Yes,
he
thank
sells or unless he sells.
Thank you. If he sells more, he won't get much money. Unless he sells more, he won't get much money. The meaning is the same, right? We can use if or unless. Thank you. But you have to be sure on your answer, right? So, thank you, Wilson. And the last one, please, Hugo.
I used to ski when I was in the university, but I broke a leg 5 years ago.
Broke a leg 5 years ago. And since then,
And since then, mm, I I haven't but, mm, haven't it's ski is the same, no, it's skit, skite, I don't know.
yes, yes,
Right.
thank you. The pronunciation, right?
Anyway,
Thank you. We're using the present perfect, right? 5 years ago, and since then, I have not skated anymore. Thank you. Now, we have 15, 18 exercises more, right? And write sentences using the tense given at any words if you need, right? So, if you need, right? So, number one, Pau.
Okay, she often shops at Macy's.
Can you please write into the chat? Oh my goodness, this stuff. Give me a second, please. Meanwhile, please write into the chat, right? My dog is going. Give me a second, please. All right, thank you. Thank you for waiting, guys. She often shops at Mercy. Macy's. Oh. She often my goodness, how difficult would it be for me to put it there? Yes. What did I? Oh my goodness. I don't like when. All right. So thank you. That was the correct answer. Oh, that was terrible. What a terrible color. All right. So number two, please. Larissa. This is the past continuous, right?
Okay, we were watching TV when we heard bad news.
We were watching TV when
We heard bad news.
my goodness. Thank you. All right. So number three, please, Natalie. Natalie 1. Natalie 2.
Sorry, teacher, I'm thinking.
All right. All right, we're going to write into the chat, right? All right, meanwhile, all right, this is for Natalie, right? Number 4, please, Wilson.
Okay. I this morning.
I'm sorry. I only heard this morning.
Uh, I found,
Are you using contraction?
yeah,
All right.
I found my briefcase this morning.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you. All right. I wouldn't. All right. So did I copy? Well, for this part, we need another word. Can you please add more? I wouldn't go out in the rain.
Sorry, teacher.
Is that conditional complete? The sentence is that one a complete? I
No,
wouldn't.
it's not complete.
Well, I can use unless. Unless what? Can you please write the next part? Because you have to add more words if you need. Add any words if you need them, right? So I'm gonna give you a minute, please. Meanwhile, the next student, please. Daniel. All right, because of the time, we're not going, it's not enough. So Daniel number 5, Hugo number 6, who is next? I'm trying to remember because.
Oh, teacher, did you hear me?
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said my sister is getting married next Sunday.
All right, thank you. Hugo, the next one.
I had never thought about it before.
I had, you said?
Had
Oh, all right. I had
never thought about it before.
Thank you. Number 7, please. Pau?
Okay. I have been preparing for the test since Monday.
I have been.
This have
Oh, I'm sorry.
because it's present.
Yes. I heard have. Right. I have been preparing for the test. Oh my goodness. I'm too lazy to write. So and I'm terrible doing it. Since Monday. Thank you. All right. All right, thank you. Oh no, it's not this one. That's the reason of why I really hate to write. I prefer in, well, if I didn't. All right, yes, sorry. No me gusta escribir acá porque no veo bien el teclado. So it's very difficult for me. So number 8, please, Larissa.
Did you ride a camel in Egypt?
All right, right into the chat, please.
Okay.
Number 9, please, Natalie. Natalie, are you there?
Did you ride a camel in Egypt?
No, number 8 is not yours, it's number 9. Right into the chat.
I think I'm going to stay at home.
All right, I think I will say at home. It could be the other one, so. Yes, could be both, right? Because we're not being specific, right? So it can be both. I think you said I'm going to, right?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. Going, say, I think I'm going to say. All right. So first conditional, please, Wilson. Right into the chat. I not apologize to him. Conditional 1. Then 11, please, Danielle. After I hear noise, I go out. Past simple, past perfect simple. Right into the chat, please. Then Hugo. Number 13. I cannot visit you last week. Past simple, simple past, right? So, all right. So, number 10. Wilson, do you get it?
Yes, teacher.
All right. I only received from Larissa. So, what about the rest?
I have doubts with number 11, teacher.
All right.
Mm.
Give me a second, please. After, oh, you sent me, right? So, after I heard, after. That's yours, right? After I heard. What is your question?
Sounds weird. Is that correct?
After I had. Well, after I had. No, give me a second. Yes, this one is weird. Oh yes, I know what is the problem.
Was the opposite way?
No, it's wrong. Yes, now could be. After I had heard. Yes, it was a mistake.
I went out.
After I had heard, I went out.
All right, now sounds better.
Yeah, sorry, it was a mistake. I put it in an incorrect order. In an incorrect order. Sorry. Thank you. Then what else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Number 10, I think it's missing something, but I don't know, because in first conditional, we need to
Yes,
put.
you mean the second part, right?
Yes.
Yes, remember the instruction? It says that add any words if you need them. So you have to add it, right?
Okay.
Where, all right. Thank you, Hugo. Where has he gone? Thank you, Hugo. All right. Number 13, please. Pao. Or I'm going to write into the chat, right? Because you're going to.
I'm going to send you, teacher.
Yes, please, because of the time. We're not going to have enough time.
Okay.
13. Pao. 14. Natalie. 15. Larissa. All right. Yes, that's all. Right? So, I couldn't listen to it last week. I couldn't listen you last. Thank you, Paul. If I don't apologize, Cynthia will beat me up. Oh, good one. Thank you. Number 10, right? So you have one more, please. 13, 14, right? 14 is from how often? All right. How often did you go to the? All right, thank you. How often did you go to the dentist last year? Thank you. Thank you, Natalie. Number 15, please. Who had to do it? Larissa, do you get it? How about Larissa? Right into the chat, please.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, which one is yours? She has. All right. Thank you, Ro. She has been playing this game over an hour. Oh, an hour, right? Then I have 18. I had been working in the garden the whole afternoon. Thank you. Who's missing? 17? Number 17, Wilson. Thirteen, 14, 15. 15 and number 15 and number 17. Right? So, thank you, Wilson. All right.
Yes, teacher, I sent it.
Yes, I got it. Breakfast is not served after. All right. Isn't served. Well, number 15. Larissa, I guess you did it. It's not served. Oh, yes, no, it's okay. No. Isn't served. No, it's with D, right? It's not served. Right? That's the correct one. Because we are using isn't, right? It's a negative. So, which one is yours? 17, right? Do you know where my shoe is? Yes, are. Thank you. We have to take her in that part, right? So thank you guys. That's all for today. We're on time. So thank you for your attention. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Is up. So thank you for your attention, guys. For those one, for Larissa and Wilson, I'm going to send you to your WhatsApp. Oh no, yes, or maybe I'm going to publish on Pattern, but I think I'm gonna send you right to your WhatsApp your practice, right? And for Paul, right? You're going to send me an audio, right? I'm going to send you a list of words, and you're going to send me an audio, right? And the same for you, Larissa. About to improve your pronunciation, right? So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for your attention. Everything was good. Continue practicing and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.